Welcome to English Reading by Hidemi Woods. I'll read episodes from my books and talk about them. I hope you enjoy the show with me. Hi, I'm your host, Hidemi Woods. I'm gonna read an episode from the book I wrote that is titled An Old Tree in Kyoto. Today's episode is called A Test of Courage. It's about an annual event of my hometown in my childhood. A test of courage. In my hometown, there used to be a night for a test of courage for kids in summer when I was a child. It was a small neighborhood event that an adult volunteer set up a sign saying, "A test of courage" at the entrance to a narrow lane between the neighbor houses. Except for the entrance, the rest of the lane was left as it was, without any special scary decorations or surprising effects. Enough nature still remained in my neighborhood back then, though, and the ditch, bushes, and shrubs along the lane had sufficient effects in darkness to scare kids. One summer dusk, I heard my grandmother call me urgently when I was playing in the yard. She grabbed me and ran into the house, escaping from something. It was a ball of fire drifting above us. That was the first time I'd ever seen a will-o'-the-wisp, and I haven't seen one since. But to my family, seeing a will-o'-the-wisp wasn't so rare. My grandmother once saw it perch on a side mirror of a parked car in front of our house. Scientifically, it's said that a will-o'-the-wisp is some phosphorus-related phenomenon. Near our house, there was a graveyard where we had buried the deceased from generation to generation, which is now banned by law requiring cremation, and we believed it had to do with the will-o'-the-wisp. I had plenty of natural scary materials in my childhood. Back then, when I was a child, around my house were all fields or rice paddies or woods and shrubs. It's just a small cluster of houses. And except for those houses, the rest of the town was all nature. I was surrounded by a bounty of nature. And there are some streets, of course, but there were a few street lamps, and houses were dark, so after sunset, it was almost completely dark. And as a child, it was scary enough after dark. So my neighborhood was like a perfect location for a horror movie or something, because it was quiet, dark, and just full of trees and shrubs. So there was no need for additional decorations to scare kids when the summer event was held. In that plenty of nature, it felt like human beings were so small and powerless, because nature was so powerful and huge, and it's dominant over humans. And my neighborhood was like a Halloween town all year round, so to speak. And the inexplicable happened all the time, almost all the time, such as will-o'-the-wisps or fox appeared. As I talked about before here, fox, not physically, but spiritually appeared to tease people, to deceive or make fun of people. So adults around me were talking about foxes or will-o'-the-wisps or anything inexplicable all the time, as if they were truly there. They truly existed, because they actually experienced strange things by themselves or saw them for themselves. So they believed those weird, odd, inexplicable things. And as a child, I heard those tales or experiences all the time. So naturally, I believed it too. And sometimes after I grew up, I saw some scary TV shows or some documentaries on TV. And in those shows, they were talking about some phenomenon which are hard to explain, hard to believe its existence or something. And for me, when I watch it, I don't feel it so strange, because it could happen in my hometown easily. I feel. So it's not so strange to me because of my childhood experiences. If you lived or if you visited my hometown, you would believe those strange things easily too, I bet. The atmosphere, the surroundings of my hometown had that kind of effect on you to believe the inexplicable easily. If you took one glimpse of my hometown, you would be convinced those things would happen here. It was such a natural, scary, strange place that I lived in when I was a child. But I don't know if it remains like that still now, because I haven't visited there for years. That's because my parents sold my house due to the financial difficulty. They had to sell the house, the land that they had inherited from the ancestors. And they moved out the town. So I have no need to return there because there's no house anymore. Our house is demolished and the land is empty now. So it's the scary place has gone forever. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for listening. I'm Hidemi Woods. I hope you join me again soon. Take care and be well.
Audiobook, The Family in Kyoto, One Japanese Girl Got Freedom by Hidemi Woods on sale at online stores or apps. Apple Books, Google Play, Audible, 43 available distributors in total.